All right, let's do it. What's up, you guys? I'm gonna let you guys kind of trickle in, and then we're gonna get into some tech sales facts. So this is day 3. I feel like I'm probably gonna stop saying the day once I get to like day I don't know, like 20 something. So anyways, it's still early, so all right, I'm gonna just give it a minute. So I got a few questions in front of me that I'm gonna be just going through that you guys have submitted, questions that, and not just on here, because you guys ask me a lot of questions here on TikTok, but then I also get a lot of questions on Instagram. I get comments on YouTube. So it's always questions coming in. So I'm gonna kind of just run through some of these and see how many we can actually get done in probably like 30 minutes or so. All right, so let me see. What do I want to start off with? Okay. I think I'm gonna start off with, let's see, this question says, let's see. I don't think I want to start there. Let me see. Okay, somebody asked, basically, what are the biggest challenges in tech sales? Okay, so what are the biggest challenges in tech sales? I think most SDRs, sales development representatives, business development representatives, I think they would agree that keeping like a high energy and hitting quota every single month, I think would probably be like the most challenging thing, because for one, it's really competitive. You know, it's really competitive and you don't want to slack off or not hit quota consistently. And so, yeah, like I think that is probably the number one challenge. I think maybe staying relevant with like, not even staying relevant. How do I want to word this? I think it's the redundancy, because a lot of people who work in tech sales that I've talked to, like they don't say that it's hard. Like the job isn't hard. What's hard is maintaining the same role, like maintaining the same job and your duties on a daily basis with the same energy. And that's what I meant by like giving that same high energy, doing, what do you call it? Prospecting and doing research and reaching out to people via email and, cold calls. It's like, it's a lot. So yeah, I would say that's probably one of the biggest challenges. Let's see what else somebody said. How can I prepare for a tech sales interview? Okay, let me think of the few things I had to pay attention to. So in an interview, you want to, for one, make sure you know what you're talking about as far as like the material. If you did do course careers, make sure you know what you're talking about, like when it comes to the actual job role. So knowing the like trajectory of like what your job actually entails, like what does that full cycle look like understanding the full sales cycle, because they're gonna ask you that, like, so what is your understanding of like the sales cycle? What's your understanding of this? What's your understanding of like what do you think you're going to be doing every day? Like they're going to ask you questions like that in the interview. So summing all that up is basically knowing the role. Number 2, you want to know how to be concise with how you talk. Like this really forces you to have to be self-aware. And honestly, this is a good skill to practice in your daily life, your personal life. I mean, because forget a job interview. If you're a long-winded person, like that's, I don't want to say annoying, but it's like, I would say challenge yourself to learn how to actually shorten your sentences, get to your point, be concise, because when you're in a job interview, they don't want you to sit there and ramble. Like they don't want to see that. They want you to be concise, because why? Not because, you're on a time limit or they're going to get bored with you or think you're boring. It's like, they're like, no, we know when this person, especially in this role, like, when you're talking to not clients, when you're prospecting and you're sending out emails and, you know, and on these phones, it's like, if you're a long-winded person and you don't know how to speak concisely and get to your point, it's like, that's not a good thing. You know, like, you're not going to listen and ask the right questions. Like, you don't know how to stay on track. Like, they want to know that you know how to do that. And so they're looking for that in the job interview. And so I would say to do that. And ways you could prepare, I would say this is what I do. I record myself. I will literally set up my camera like how I have it set up now. And I will sit there, push record, and I will do the job interview from beginning to end. Like, I will look up frequently asked questions for tech sales and get those questions there. And I will literally, like, I will time myself. I will use my timer, because you want each answer to be at least under 90 seconds. You don't want to just be rambling. Again, even when they say, oh, so tell me about yourself. You need to know how to answer that. You need to be concise. You want to say the points that matter. Like, that's not the time to tell your whole life story. You know what I mean? And a lot of you guys probably already know all of this, but, you know, there's people who for real struggle with job interviews. And so I think this is just really good information to know how to be concise when you're speaking. And, like, you can record yourself, watch the footage, see, like I notice when I'm talking to people, and this is so good. This is so good. I don't know how often you guys are on camera, but I'm a spoken word artist. And so what am I trying to say? Yeah, ever since I've been performing on stages, I remember early when I started performing, I literally saw footage. Somebody recorded me, and I watched that footage, and I was so embarrassed. I was so embarrassed. I was like, why didn't nobody tell me I looked so awkward up there? Why didn't nobody tell me I was sitting there like, you know, like, just, I was like tense, and I was like talking, and it was just so awkward. And, like, I was talking really fast and all of these different things. So I was just like, you know what? Like, I'm going to just get it together and watch this footage. Every time I perform, I'm going to watch myself on stage, and I'm going to make an adjustment. Every time I notice something, I'm going to make an adjustment. And I know I'm talking about spoken word, but this is public speaking in front of an audience. And it's the same thing as being in a job interview. So when you record yourself and you're practicing in preparation for an interview, you can do that as well. And then when you notice certain things, and everybody has their go-to. Some people, you know, grab their fingers. Some people rock. Some people swing their hands. Some people don't know how to make eye contact. They just talk the whole time, and they're like, yeah, because, you know, and they don't make eye contact. You're not going to notice those things because it's habit. So you want to record yourself so that you can be like, dang, I didn't even realize that I was doing that. Or I talk really fast. Slow down. Overly talk slow. Put longer pauses in between your sentences. Say something like, so the reason why I think I would be a good fit for the position is because I have experience doing this. I feel confident that I'll be able to do this. And it's like, that seems dramatic, but if you practice that way, when you get in the interview, you're not going to be rushing and like nervous because you actually prepared and practiced. So anyways, let's go to the next question. Let's see. Somebody asked, I answered that one already. What are the biggest challenges in tech? Hold on. I'm not even paying attention to this little comments. Let me see. Let's see. What have you learned today? What have I learned today? What have I learned today? Okay. I learned how to live stream from multiple platforms at the same time. I'm just not doing it yet. So probably in the next few days, probably next week, I'm going to actually stream from TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram all at the same time. But yeah, so I learned how to do that. But let's get to the point. All right, here we go. Somebody asks, is experience in technology necessary to be successful in tech sales? Not at all. I talked about this yesterday and the day before yesterday. Like, I came from a mental health background. I got a master's degree in clinical psychology. Nothing to do with tech at all. Like, I didn't know anything about tech, and this was just last year. So breaking into tech, like, I didn't know nothing. Like, y'all, whoever's watching this, I'm sure knew more than me, because I didn't even know the tech industry was a thing, you know. And I talked about this a lot in my last lives, but yeah, so you don't have to have any experience. You don't have to have any prior knowledge. You don't have to have previous sales experience or technology experience. Like, yeah, but the thing is when you take course careers, they literally, their course, the technology sales course, they teach you from scratch, literally from scratch. And that's why I promote them so much, because I'm just like, I didn't know nothing. I'm coming from knowing how to diagnose people with disorders, providing interventions, like hosting group therapy, individual therapy. Like, I'm in the mental health therapy world. Like, so to come over to terms like cold calling and doing outreach and, you know, outbounding and all this kind of stuff, doing research and discovery calls and just the tech world, selling technology and then sales. It's like, I was not sales savvy. You know what I mean? So yeah, when I took the course with Course Careers, which is the link in my bio, the link in my bio is the link tree, my link tree. And then when you click on my link tree, I think it's the very first one, it's Course Careers. And then you can click that, and then you can see the different courses that Course Careers offers under the courses tab. And my link actually gets you $50 off if you do end up signing up for a course. So definitely don't sign up for a course without going through my link, because you're gonna miss out on that discount. And so, but yeah, like, Course Careers, when you go through the course, they literally teach you everything that you need to know from scratch. Like I said, I didn't know anything. So no, you don't need, you could have been a janitor. You could have been a daycare teacher. Like, you could be coming from sales, but maybe B2C sales, business to consumer sales. This is B2B sales. So, somebody said I already missed out on the discount. Hit me up. Hit me up. Actually, in my DMs, send me the date that you signed up, because if it's within the 2 weeks, if it's within 2 weeks, and I forgot to mention this, actually, you have a full money back guarantee. Like, Course Careers costs what, $499? With my discount, you get $50 off. So you're paying what, $450? Which, I mean, it's better than nothing, right? And yeah, but you do have 2 weeks, 14 days before you can get like full refund. So if it's within that 14 days, then just email Course Career support and tell them, word it like this. Tell them, say, hey, I want a not a discount. Hey, I want a discount. No, say, hey, I signed up for the course and forgot to apply the discount or go through someone's link. So what you need to do is go to the link in my bio, go to Course Careers, copy the link, and then in the email, paste the link. Say, I would like to use this link or apply this link in order to receive the discount. And they'll do it for you. Like, they'll do it for you. So, especially if it's been within that 2 weeks, like, you don't have to get the full refund and start all the way over. I think they can just apply it from there. So you should be straight. All right, what else do we have? What is the earning potential? What's the money looking like in tech sales? So in tech sales, well, let me start off with my personal story. I got offered $75,000 a year with my first tech role. Like I said, I had no background, no previous experience. I had none of that. But I went through Course Careers, took the course, was sitting there like, okay, I'm done with the course. So I'm gonna start, doing interviews and, applying to companies, doing interviews. And then yeah, I had 2 different interviews and I did not get the jobs. And then the third company that responded, I interviewed with them, and that's the company that actually offered me a position. This was last October, so it's about to be coming on a year. And they offered me $75,000 a year. Now, the way that well, let me say this too. The average starting salary in tech sales is like $60K. Because I know people personally where when I got my job, my offer letter for $75,000 a year, there's people that I knew that were also in course careers, because, you know, you build relationships in there. And this one girl, she was like, when I got my job, we eventually like started talking, and she was just like, yeah, so like, she said, yeah, basically like, how much did you get, or how much did they offer you? She was at some other tech company, and she said that they offered her, I think like 55. And I was like, dang. I was like, 55. I mean, but to her, she was like, before this, she was like, I was making probably like 30, maybe $37,000 a year. So for her to be making 55, that was worth celebrating. Like, that was a win. And that's why I said the average starting salary is around $60,000 a year. But yeah, it depends on the company. It just depends on the company. So sometimes what's smart to do, so keep this in your mind, put it in your back pocket. When you start interviewing and applying to companies, and then you start getting responses from these companies, try to schedule all your interviews around the same time. Because like, don't spread it out. You know what I mean? Because what you want to do is you want to play companies against each other. You want to be like, you want to do all your interviews around the same time within the same like couple of weeks, so that by the time you get through the first round, second round, third round of interviews, you can literally, oh my God, somebody said I look like Rihanna. When I say, look, my hair used to be red. I dyed my hair probably every color in the dang rainbow. Okay. Like, people used to tell me that all the time, like literally all the time. I haven't heard it in a while because my hair is not red anymore, but people used to say that to me all the time. But anyways, back to the point. So, what was I going to say? Or what was I saying? Yeah. So you want to schedule all your interviews like around the same time. And then that way, once you get, like I said, yeah, that's what I was saying. Once you get to like the first, second, third round of interviewing, and then they start giving you those offers, a company will be like, so we want to offer you $60,000 a year. The other company will be like, so we want to offer you $55,000 a year. Another company, so we want to offer you, like they offered me, $75,000 a year. It's like, oh, well, looks like I'm going with that one. You know what I mean? It's like, but you can make that choice, because it's not always about the money, but it's about the money. Like, you know what I mean? Like, everybody, like, who wouldn't take the 75 over the 55 or the 60? But also, you want to pay attention to like the product as well. Like for example, well, whatever, let me not get into an example. You just want to like the product. Like, because in the long run, if you don't like the product, you're not going to want to sell it. You're not going to want to talk about that all day. You're going to get bored. You're going to start to not like your job. You're going to start, you know what I mean? So it's like, you got to find that balance for you. If you're the type of person that's like, forget the product, they offered me $80,000 a year. Like, I'm happy. You know what I mean? It's like, if that's the case, like, then do that. But some people that are like, nah, like, I am going to be miserable if I'm selling something that is like boring to me. Like, I don't want to do that. So you want to just make sure you're not just settling just because the money is good. Like, but everybody's different. Do what's best for you. But yeah, what else did I want to say about that? So the average starting salary is like $60K. You don't have to have a degree. You don't have to have no college degree, no nothing. Like, that's not going to affect the amount of money that they offer you at all. Because as long as you know how to do the job, which, like I said, Course Careers prepares you for that. Link in my bio. If you go through Course Careers, they teach you everything you need to know. Once you get into the interview, that's going to determine, when they ask you different questions, that's going to determine if you are if they think that you know your stuff. If they're just like, man, the way that this person's talking, like they understand what the job looks like. They got like this energy that we like, you know, like they got that grit, that competitiveness. They, you know, like if you kill the interview, you could just have a high school degree. A high school degree. That is not right. Diploma. A high school diploma. Like you don't even have to, like there's people literally breaking into tech that are like 17 years old, fresh out of high school, making $60,000 a year. I'm like, why did I go to college and get all these student loans? And I mean, I graduated from high school back in 2010. I graduated from high school in 2010. I am officially 13 years out of high school. I graduated from undergrad in 2014. I graduated from grad school in 2016. I accumulated a lot of debt, like, and it pisses me off sometimes when I think about how I made this career change and paid $450 to do course careers to get educated and landed a position within a few months and got a $75,000 a year offer. I wasted my time, okay? Like, and that's not me, like, you know, saying don't go to college. If that's what you want to do, you want to get the dorm life. Like, I was a softball player. I played softball since I was 5 years old. I played all the way. I got a scholarship. I played all the way through college. Dorm life was fun. I had a great time. College athlete, psychology major. I wouldn't trade it. The only thing I would trade is the debt that I accumulated. So, yeah. But anyways, so what was I going to say? Okay, so this is important too. The way the money is set up as well is you get, because a lot of people ask me this, so I want to just like re-bring this up, even though I brought this up in a video already before, but you get paid base plus OTE plus commission. Because a lot of people ask, is it commission only? No, it's not just commission. I would not be even thinking about, I would have never started in this industry if it was just commission only. So it's base, you got a base pay, so you're on salary. You get, and that salary, let me break it down to where it's really simple. So let me, I'm very visual. I'm a visual learner, so that's what I'm going to do. So base pay, OTE, and commission. So your base pay is your salary, right? You get 2 checks within the month that are salary. You're getting these regardless of how you perform, like just for having the job, you're getting your base pay. Your OTE stands for on target earnings. So that is basically quota. So you being on target and you getting earnings for being on target, hitting your quota, right? So yeah, that's what that is. The third one is commission. So commission is if you exceed quota. So let's say if your quota is like, oh, you need to get like 10 bookings, like book 10 meetings. Let's say you book 12 meetings. Well, you're going to get, you know, more. You're going to get more. That's going to count towards commission. So you're going to get paid more. And commission is uncapped. So if your quota is like, oh, you need to book like 6 meetings or 10 meetings is your quota, and you book like 15, you book 20, you book 30, like that money is going up. You know what I mean? Which is why there's times where I'd be working. I'm like, my shift would be over at like 4. And I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna take a little break. And the next thing I know, I'm like watching a movie later at night, drinking my wine. And then it'd be like maybe 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night. I'm sitting in bed and I'm like opening up my laptop and I start like sending out some more emails or just preparing stuff for the next day, because I'm like, the more stuff I send out, the more I work, the harder you work, the more commission you can get if you book more meetings. So it's not like stuff is set in stone where it's like, why would I work after hours? Like, I'm not doing that just to get the same check. It's like, I wouldn't be doing that. But it's like, if my effort is actually determining my income, then heck yeah, like of course I'm gonna do that. You know what I mean? So, but you don't have to. But I just found myself doing that a lot, eating a bowl of ice cream at 10 o'clock at night, and I got my laptop open and I'm working. Because it's like, I mean, I can sit here and like watch me a show, or I could work. And sometimes I'll be doing both. So it's really up to you. But yeah, so base, which is salary, OTE, and commission. And so the OTE and commission check are like together. So you're getting 3 checks a month. So every month I'm getting 3 checks. So you get your salary checks, which is broken into 2. And then you get the OTE and commission check, which is your 3rd check. And that's usually your bigger check. So that's how the pay is set up. So let's see what other questions we got. And you guys can put questions in the chat. If you guys have like super specific questions, maybe something that I haven't hit on yet, then just put it in the chat. Let me see. What else do we have? Okay, the earning potential. I already did that one. I mean, this is a basic question. How do I get started? I feel like I talk about this all the time. It's like super redundant, but to get started, I'm gonna keep it quick. You would go to the link in my bio. The link in my bio is my link tree. Once you click that, you'll see course careers. Go to course careers, and then course careers offers different courses. They got the technology sales course, the UI UX design course. They got the customer success, different courses, different career fields you can pick from. There's a free introductory course or introduction course to all of those. Where it's free. You can literally watch them. They're videos. It's going to explain to you like, what is this job? What would you be doing day to day? What's the money looking like? All the details of like what that's about. You can do that for free. But then if you actually are like, you know what? I like that. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. Then that's when you would actually pay for the course. And my link gives you $50 off. So yeah, that's how you would get started. I would advise to, for real, do the free introduction course part. Like, do that part first so that you don't just pay for a course and you're just like, I don't like it. Like, I don't want to do this. Even though if you don't like it, you do have 14 days to get a full, complete refund. But, you know, it's like, just look at them all first. Like, take your time. Don't feel rushed into making a decision. Like, have peace about it first. But yeah, that's how you would get started. Okay, what else do we have? How can I stay up to date with tech trends? Let's see. How would you stay up to date with tech trends? They have a lot of like conferences, like tech conferences, webinars. I would say to follow, what's it called? I can shout out Cyrus on this. He has a business called Tech is the New Black. And yeah, you could definitely, you know, watch his stuff. He's a friend of mine. He's killing it. Like, if you're not already familiar with his stuff, please go watch his stuff and check it out. Like, yeah, he's on a whole nother level. Okay, so you can go on YouTube, type in Tech is the New Black, and you'll learn a lot. You know, he interviews a lot of different people. I'm trying to get on his level, you know, like with the people I'm networking with, I'm gonna be doing the same thing, like starting interviews. And I have interviewed actually quite a few people. I just haven't posted any of them yet, but I'm gonna be doing that soon. But yeah, you can do stuff like that. You can like, on LinkedIn, they have like different, what do you call it? Same thing, podcasts, webinars, LinkedIn, what are they called? Like live stream. I can't think of the word. It's not a webinar. It's a something, and I can't think of the word. But anyways, yeah, you can do that, and you can stay up to date on. And if it's something specific, if you're like, I want to stay up to date with like what's going on, like within like tech sales, or what's going on within, you know, if you end up like getting into UI UX design, you can follow that. Follow people. Follow podcasts. Follow people who are actually in the field and see what they got going on, see who they're interacting with, follow those people, like, you know, like just keep on learning. Let's see what else we got. Let's see. Are there opportunities to move up in tech sales? Let's see. So, yes. So the entry level position, and that's the beauty about like getting into tech sales as an SDR or BDR, which is the first role that I landed. That is an entry level position. Being a sales development representative, business development representative, that is an entry level position. And in an entry level position, I was offered $75,000. So yeah, crazy. And let me say this, a friend of mine who I met in course careers in the tech, when I broke into tech, she got offered like 85. I was like, dang, like I need to come over there. But yeah, so like I said earlier, the average starting salary is like 60, but it could be a little below, it could be a little more, depending on what different companies offer you. So, but yeah, so when it comes to moving up, the next step, I guess, within the career path, you have the SDR, right? The SDR, BDR, which is the sales development representative, business development representative. That is the entry level position. The next step up from that, you can become an account executive. You can become a sales manager, but account executive is on that track. Now, account executives, they make the big money. They make that good money. Like you got account executives that are, and you can become an account executive within like a year. It's not like at some, just other career fields where it's like people be like, yeah, in the next like maybe 3 years, I'm hoping to get to 6 figures, or in 3 years, I'm hoping to get to like $120,000 a year. It's like I started knowing nothing, and just in a few months, got a $75,000 a year offer. Within a year, you can choose to become an account executive, and you could be making 120, 130, 150, 180. You got account executives making 180, like they're making money. And these are the people that you're working with. So an account executive are the people that you're booking meetings for. They're the ones running the demo. Like they're running the demo for about the product. You know what I mean? So you aren't doing no demos. You're not closing deals as a SDR. You're just going out. Well, not literally going out, but you're doing outreach via email and phone call to other businesses trying to sell the product, right? When people are interested, you book them with your account executive. Well, after you talk to them and make sure that they, have budget and stuff like that, you book them with your account executive. The account executive is the person who then takes them off your hands and they pick it up from there. Now, if the deal closes and you are the one who sourced it, you're going to get commission off of that. So, but yeah, anyways, the account executive makes way more money than an SDR. So yeah, and you can, like I said, you could do that literally within like a year. So yeah, definitely opportunity to move up and pretty quickly. And companies usually promote from within because they've already trained you. You already know the product. You already have worked closely with the account executive. So they're just like, you already know what an account executive does. Like you've been watching it, you've been working with them, and I would say also to make that very clear from the jump, like in your interview, like when you're in your interview, if you know, like, okay, I'm starting off in this entry level position. I want to be an SDR, but I'm not trying to remain an SDR. I want to be an account executive. That's my goal. If that is your goal, then you could tell your manager that from the beginning, literally like from the interview. You could say something in the interview like, yeah, like I think I'd be a good fit, like, and all the reasons why you think you'd be a good fit. And then you can say something like what I really, am, wanting to do and looking to do, maybe within, once I get experience under my belt and yada, yada, it's like, I really am looking to be an account executive. So, and then you can ask a question. You can tell them that and then ask the question. And you could say something like, like while I'm working and learning the job of an SDR, do you guys provide any kind of like training opportunities or where I can maybe possibly shadow the account executives from time to time, in the midst of the, as the months are passing, like in order to learn and get more familiar with that role. And they'll be like, that's the stuff they want to hear. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, so you can definitely bring that up. All right, somebody said, can you have this as a second job? So they do have part-time roles, and it is remote, so you are working from home, but it depends. It really depends. Like, I think you would be able to answer that for yourself once you actually see what the job entails, And I only know what it's like to work a full-time role where you're working, from like 8 in the morning all the way until like 4 p.m. So, regular, typical job schedule. But part-time, I'm assuming, obviously, is not as many hours. But I don't know what those hours look like. And, if you're that type of person that's like, I could do it. Like, if it's anything less than, like I just said, 8 to 4. So let's just say part-time roles are like maybe only 4-hour shifts, 4-hour-long shifts. And maybe you're working 8 to 9, 10, 11, 12. Let's say you work 8 to noon, Monday through Friday. Or I don't even know how the schedule would be set up. But yeah, if your other job doesn't start until 2 or something like that, or maybe you work graveyard, then yeah, I'm sure you could do it. I think you would just, whatever your hours are, I would say when you're like in the interview, or you can ask those questions and see if that's something that's realistic for you. Because, yeah, you can work 3 jobs, as long as it fits with your schedule. So I think that's just up to each individual person and what they can actually handle, and then practically handle, emotionally handle, mentally handle, and practically handle. So yeah. Let's see. Do I have any other questions in here? What are we chatting about? First time here. Oh, okay. What are we chatting about? Somebody said this is their first time here. So the point is, I broke into the tech industry last year. I came from the mental health field, switched over to the technology industry, and I took a course called Course Careers, and the course taught me everything that I needed to know. I finished the course within 1 month, landed a position, started interviewing not too long after that, landed a position and got an offer for $75,000 a year as a business development representative or sales development representative in tech sales. And that course is in the link in my bio. You can always check out, it's Course Careers. You can see like the different courses that they offer to help you break in. You don't need no degree, no previous experience whatsoever, at all. Like the course literally, which you can finish in a few weeks, will literally teach you everything that you need to know. And everybody's schedules are different. I always say you could finish within a few weeks, but that's because I was literally working on it every day as much as I could, you know what I mean? And so some people got kids, some people got 2 jobs that they're working, but they want to transition into tech. And so don't even feel bad. Like, everybody's lives are different. Like, if it takes you a month, 2 months to finish, that's still 10 times better than what I've experienced of going to a 4-year college and then doing 2 years of grad school after that, 6 years long, with thousands on thousands on thousands of dollars that I still got to pay back. You know what I mean? Compared to investing $450 to get a job that offered me $75,000 a year. It don't compare. And so yeah, to answer that person's question, that is what we're talking about. And a lot of people have questions about it because some people are skeptical. Some people are like, yeah, but fill in the blank. And I'm just like, look, I am just here to share my experience with you guys and to answer any and every question that I could, provide resources or information, or just break down whatever I can so that you guys can come to your own conclusion to see, is making a career change or, like working in the tech industry, like is that a good fit for you? You know what I mean? So yeah, to answer your question, that is what we're talking about. Somebody said, day in a life. How busy does it get? How slow can it get? So I think for the most part, how do I say this? It's not busy. Okay, it does get busy at the end of the month, because at the end of the month is when everybody's trying to hit quota, and you just feel like you're just constantly like sending out emails, making all these cold calls, because you're just like, oh my God, like I want to hit quota before the end of the month. You know what I mean? And so that could be really stressful. But to be honest, I think that, what do they say? How slow can it get? I don't even think that it's a matter of it being slow. I think because you're working from home, like literally it's like this. It's like laptop. I could have my laptop. I could have me some wine. I'm kind of sitting here chilling like this. And I'm just like working. And then, you know, I get like, okay, I need to send this email out, or I put my AirPod in and I'm like, okay, I'm about to make calls in this next upcoming hour. I'm about to make cold calls to these companies for like an hour straight, no distraction. So I'm just like zoned in, locked in, and I'm just, you know, it's like cold call, call. Okay, this person answered. This person, I got a meeting booked. This person hung up in my face. You know, it's like whatever it is, it's like you're just kind of, it seems busy maybe for that hour. And then you're just like, all right, I just burnt myself out for an hour. I need a Starbucks run, because you work from home. So you can be like, I'm about to go to Starbucks real quick. Like I'm about to go take a nap for like 30 minutes, because maybe on your calendar, it's like, I don't have any team meetings coming up today. You know, it's like, I don't really like, you'll learn what you need to do, like, because you create your own schedule. So you'll be like, oh, like, okay, based on like the pace that I've been going this month and how many bookings I've gotten, that matters as well. So let's say your quota is getting 10 bookings, let's just say. And let's say it's like the middle of the month. So it's the 15th of the month. And out of 10 bookings, you're at like 2. You know what I mean? It's the 15th of the month and you're at 2 bookings. You're not having the greatest month, right? So you might need to like pick it up, take less naps and breaks, and, you know, being casual and just kind of like chill about it. You know, you might be like, okay, like I'm approaching this month different, or this week different, or maybe you got a lot of responses that week. Because sometimes a whole week goes by and you're like, all these emails I'm sending out and calls I'm making, like I only got like 2 people who responded to me. Like, so you don't really have much to do. So you're really just sending out emails, making some calls. It's a little more casual, or calm, I should say, or slow. But then there's times where it's like everybody and their mama is responding to me, which is great. But that also means you're busy. You're busy more, because you're sending out more emails. You're having to be more engaged. You're having to book more meetings. And then you're sitting in on those demos, like with the account executive. So it's like, you know, it's just more going on. So it really goes like this. But yeah, I would take that any day, working from home with this kind of flexibility, rather than being in some office. I'm gonna just keep it 100. So, all right. Somebody said, do they provide leads or require a minimum phone calls per day? Every company is different. I feel like I've spoken to enough of my friends, like people that I've met within tech, people working at different companies. So this is literally me speaking from not my own experience, but from people that I know and them telling me how their companies do it. Because obviously I wouldn't be giving you accurate information if I was just saying it from my own personal experience, which is why networking is so important, because you in like connecting with other people, because then you get to see like just a broader scope of like how it really goes. And so, so do they provide leads? So let me answer that first. Like I said, every company is different. So some companies don't provide you with leads. You have to research and get all of your leads on your own. Some companies, which is in my experience, they let you do both. They have a team, I forget the name of the team, but they have a team dedicated to researching and getting leads and putting them in this, system where you can just pull from You can pull from those leads and just transfer them over into your sales engagement software. And then you just start sending out emails, making calls. But in my experience, we couldn't just do that. Like, my manager always wanted us to, like, use those, but also look for our own leads at the same time. And he would always say, like, you know, like, this is going to be a good skill for you guys in the long run. Like, I don't want you guys to get so comfortable just because we have this team that's finding these leads for you. Like, so he would always set like a goal, or like a, what do you call it? Kind of like a goal for us, where it's like, pull from and grab as many leads as you want to, but at least be bringing in on your own, importing like 10 leads a week that you sourced, like, on your own, you know? And then you said, when it comes to calls, so with cold calling, again, every company is different. Some companies have a high emphasis on cold calls, where you're calling people and trying to sell the product, and they give you a number where it's like, you got to make 100 cold calls a day, and send out this exact many emails and this many calls. But some companies are more lenient, where it's not this many calls per day. It's like, as long as you get this many calls in a week, then yeah. Or some companies are like, it's not about hitting an exact number. It's just, you know, you can call, if you put a call step in your sequence where you're like, okay, I emailed the person, I'm gonna wait a few days, I'm gonna call the person, wait a couple days, send out another email, a follow-up, wait a day, send like a video to them, or connect with them on LinkedIn, wait a couple days, call again, and then send a breakup email of just like, hey, like, you know, it looks like this is a bad time, but, you know, if you ever want, you know, to connect in the future, yada, yada, it's like, here's, and you know, you send your calendar link and yada, yada, whatever you might say to them. But yeah, you can kind of do it casually like that, where it's just whatever's working. You know what I mean? Like, whatever is actually working. Yeah, that's what they care about. So, all right, let's see. Somebody said, oh, no, that's the same question. Networking and staying informed of the latest technology in your field is crucial. Yes, agreed, for sure. Okay, that's the last one. So, I think I'm gonna end it there, you guys. Yeah, I think I'm gonna stop there, but if you guys do have any more questions, something maybe that just came to your mind. Sorry. As soon as I said that, here comes some more. Let's see. What's a good website for entry-level jobs? So I would say LinkedIn. I know that there's other sites out there. I actually just heard about one. It was actually from a TikToker, and this guy was talking about some other website, but the most credible one I know, what everybody uses, is LinkedIn. So what you would do is, when you're on your LinkedIn, go to the search bar at the top and type in, did you say website for entry-level jobs? Okay, well, before I say this, because I was going to say type in tech sales. If you're looking for entry-level jobs in tech sales, then in the search bar, you can type in tech sales specifically. And once you do that, then once you click enter, it's going to take you to the next page, and basically get to that page. And then at the top, all across the top of the screen, you're going to see all these different filters where you can like select entry level or junior level, senior level, whatever, internship. And so you can click entry level. Then you click like, okay, what are you looking to make? Average of what? Maybe 50 through 60K, 60 through whatever K. Like, you can pick that if you want. Do you want to work remote, work fully from home? Do you want to work hybrid, where sometimes you go in, sometimes you don't? Do you want to be in office? Like, you can mess with the filters. So that's where you can do the entry level, or type in or select entry level. And if you're not looking for tech sales, there's a lot of other careers out there. If you're just looking for like an entry level job, then just don't type in tech sales, type in what you are interested in. and then still click on entry level, and you'll get those entry level jobs on LinkedIn. Somebody said I just had a good interview, okay, for a work from him job yesterday. Hold on. I've always been in luxury retail. Okay, I don't even know what luxury retail is, but the fact that you had a good interview, congratulations. Congratulations. I mean, that's always good news, having a good interview. Everybody out here trying to survive and make money and flourish and grow and be successful. So yeah, congrats to you. Let's see what else. So this will be different for me, but I want to try it because I'll have time for my content while being home, okay? And having downtime instead of in a store selling merchandise, work-life balance. Yes, no, for sure. Like most of the people that I've done like my coaching calls with and people that I've talked to, like people that I've been just hearing their story, like everybody has that same story. It's like people are looking to get their time back. You know what I mean? Because it's like, no shade if you are someone that's working in an office somewhere, but you got to ask yourself, like, if I had the choice, would I rather be home where I can multitask? Maybe you have kids. Now you don't need to pay for a babysitter. Or maybe you can pay for the babysitter, or maybe you can, you know, it's like, but you're home though. You can get dinner started because you could be sending out those emails and then you go preheat the oven and then you come back, make a couple calls. You take the dog out to go to the bathroom. You do this with your kid. Then you put the chicken in the oven. Then you sit down, you work some more. You hop in your team meeting. It's like the work-life balance is like amazing. Or maybe you don't work from home. Maybe you decide I'm going to go work from, like I said yesterday, I was like, there's times where I'll be like, I miss my niece and my nephew. Like, I'm about to go, you know, to my sister's house, or I was working from my brother's house. It's like, you could just work from anywhere. You can go to Hawaii or somewhere if you want to and just work from being on vacation or not, you know what I mean? A vacation spot. Like, I've worked with my feet in the pool before, like chilling at the pool. Like, yeah, it's a great work-life balance. And so yeah, I would say definitely think about it. You said it would be something different. And I'm right there with you. Like I said, I worked in the mental health field and I barely made this transition last year. So I'm no different from y'all. You know, like just because it's about to be going on a year, it's like, that's only a year. I'm like, I was not doing this just a year ago, you know? So that's why I'd be so excited to talk about it and to tell people, because I'm just like, dang, like I for real made this transition and it's really life-changing. It's like I'm financially stable. I was able to buy a new car, like a 2022 Honda Accord. It's like I was able to, in Southern California, it's not cheap, but it's like, okay, I was able to get my spot, pay rent with ease, like, and all that to say, that's all the money part of things. But even just with my own mental health, it's like working from home, being able to like just set up my spot how I want, like it's smelling good with my little diffuser on and it's clean and I'm home and I can cook and I can have company over. Like while I'm working, they might just be sitting over there on the couch and then we having conversations in between while I'm sending out emails. Like my friend, my homegirl comes over, like you're able to do those things. If you're a guy and you like playing the video game and your friends come over and while you're working, it's like, yeah, you could be working, but you know, have discernment, still be effective and efficient. But it's like, okay, we're about to stop and play the game real quick and then I'm gonna come back to working, or we're in the middle of a deep conversation and then I come back to working. It's just like, you can't do all that when you're in an office. Like none of that is even possible. So go to the gym, make a Starbucks run, whichever. You could do all that. So let's see. Somebody said, wait, we kind of look alike? What? I wish I could click your profile. Send me a DM, because once I close out of this live, I'm not going to be able to, I'm not going to find you. I'm not going to know where to find you. So send me a DM so I can look at you and see if we look alike, because that's funny. Your picture is so small on my phone right now. So yeah. Would you show your workspace? I would. I show, actually go to my, okay. hop out of this live, whether right now or when I end it, because I'm actually about to end it in a minute, but go to not the link in my bio. You'll see like a YouTube icon in my bio. Click that, go to my YouTube channel, and look at my videos, because you'll be able to see me. And it ain't nothing special. I don't got like no office where I'm not there yet. I feel like I'm not there yet. But yeah, you'll see me making a lot of videos where I'm working from my apartment, because where I'm at right now, like, none of this is my apartment. I am in Texas right now. I've been out here for like a couple months now. Like, I'm just visiting one of my friends out here, and yeah, so where I live at is in Southern California. That's home for me. I am yes, I am in Texas. so yeah, there's no point to show you this, because this ain't my place where I'm at right now. So yeah. Somebody said, was it hard landing a job? I'm about 75% done with the course. I bought it last Wednesday. I hope you applied the discount, so you got that $50 off. But when it comes to landing a job, honestly, wait, hold on. Landing a job, not an interview. Let me see. Hold on. Let me make sure I got that right. Was it hard landing a job? Okay, yeah, a job. So, no, I had bad anxiety though. I was having anxiety like it was the end of the world, because I was just like, oh my God, like, what if I don't land a job? Like, what if I'm transitioning? I should have just stayed in marriage and family therapy and clinical psychology. That's what I got my master's degree in. Like, should I switch over to the tech industry? Like, am I even gonna know what I'm talking about? It's like, am I gonna look like a fool? Like, like, there's this big thing called imposter syndrome that like a lot of people breaking into tech are talking about, where it's like, you feel like an imposter. You almost feel like, do I belong here? Like, am I going to be able to be successful and maintain that? Like, am I gonna be able to land a job and maintain that? Like, yeah, all these things are gonna go through your mind. But what happened for me is that, like I said, I applied to 2 companies. Well, I applied to a lot. Let me not say I applied to 2 companies. I was sending out applications or applying to companies like every single day for probably like a couple weeks. The first couple weeks in October last year. And I got a lot of responses where they were just like, unfortunately, you're not who we're looking for. It's like, okay. But I did get, I got some yeses. And the yeses that I did get was from 2 different companies, and I did not get those jobs. So I was like, dang. And it would be like, I was so discouraged. I'm not going to lie. But I was just like, I have to do this. Like, because if not, then I'm going to go back to the mental health field. And I was like, I don't want to do that anymore. Like, so I kept applying. And then I got a response from another company, and yeah, did my interviews, and it was more casual than I expected. You know what I mean? It was more relaxed, and everybody looks young. Like, is young. I made a video probably like a week ago. You can see it here on TikTok, where I was like, I basically sat down at the computer and I like opened the computer, and I said something like, on your first day, or whatever. And it was like, so-and-so 21 years old, so-and-so 28 years old, and they're like an account executive. Your sales manager is like 26. And then it's like another SDR like you, they're like 22 or 21. I forget what age I put on the video, but it's like, so it really makes you feel like, oh, I thought I was about to walk in and be all intimidated and feel like, I'm in here with all these older, extra professional looking people. And it's like, everybody is cool. Like, they're young like me. Like, and it makes you just feel more confident. And I'm 30. So I had coworkers where I'm just like, you're an account executive and you're like 4 years younger than me. And you probably, if you're an account executive, it's like, you're probably making like $130,000 a year, $140,000, whatever they're making, but they be making big money. And I'm like, you 4 years younger than me, like, you know, but anyways, yeah, like it wasn't hard to land a position. You just got to make sure you know what you're talking about. I practiced a lot because I'm the type of person that's like, I can't talk confident and be confident if I don't feel like I know what I'm talking about. And I don't like that feeling. So I made sure I was like, and I mentioned this in this video earlier, I was setting my phone up, recording myself. Before I even had the interview, I was like saying stuff like, okay, the question is, tell me about yourself. And I would, of course, you know, get myself ready, and I'll be like, yeah, sure. So talking to nobody, probably looking real stupid if somebody ever walked in on me. And I'll just be like, yeah, sure. So my name is Juuna'e, and, you know, I have an academic background in marriage and family therapy, or I grew up playing softball, you know, my whole life. So, you know, I've always been a team player. That's like my little go-to saying. So I've always been a team player, but I also know how to work independently as well. Because I knew what it took to work hard on the side in order to like be the best I can be to contribute to my team. And so, you know, that's the kind of stuff they want to hear because you're going to be working remote, you know. But yeah, I'd be practicing and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, you just want to make sure you do everything that you can do to prepare so that when you get to the interview, it won't be hard to land a job because you're going to be so confident in the interview. I was so confident in my interview. I was sitting there like high energy, like I was smiling, I was excited. I was like, I knew what I was talking about. I was like, yeah, like I took a course. I took the technology. I said, I actually took a technology sales course through Course Careers. I was like, they're like a technology. They're like well, I guess it's technology. I'm so used to saying tech boot camp. I was like, they're like a tech boot camp, or like mini college, you know, and, yeah, I took the course and they taught me everything I needed to know about being an SDR, BDR, like, you know, when it comes to the full sales cycle and doing research, outreach, and discovery. And I was like, oh, we read a few books too, How to Win Friends and Influence People, Spin Selling, Fanatical Prospecting, because we did have to read those books. Get the audiobook if you do end up taking Course Careers. And yeah, because I actually read the books and then found out later people were freaking downloading the audio version. And I was like, well, dang, that would have saved me a lot of time. But sidebar. But yeah, so I feel like I overly answered this question. Let me see. Let's see. Somebody said, yeah, I did apply the code. And do you recommend getting some coaching for the interviews? I do offer coaching for that, but before you do that, save that, because I'm about people saving their money. Like, I have to charge for stuff because it's only one of me, and a lot of people be booking stuff with me, you know? So it's like, I have to be able to compensate for my time. But if you don't have to come to me, like, don't, because, and I'm gonna tell you this, in Course Careers, they have a whole Discord family where you can hit people up, like in the Discord, like utilize that Discord, hit people up, because that's also going to help you make connections with people. And just hit somebody up and be like, hey, can I send you a Zoom link? Like, are you free to maybe I can practice interviewing? Because they need to interview too. They're in the course just like you. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, you can do something like that, and you could practice with somebody else and maybe get their feedback, and you guys kind of discuss it and have conversations about it. And I would say to do that first, and then if you maybe after that, if you don't feel comfortable or confident still, or maybe you just for real are looking for like feedback, then honestly, you know what, you can always shoot me a voice memo. Follow me on Instagram, because I don't think you can do voice memos in the DMs here on TikTok. You can always send me a DM on Instagram. If you go to the link in my bio here, actually it's not the link in my bio. My Instagram icon is in my bio. I think if you click YouTube, the Instagram will pop up and you can click that. And so you can go follow me on Instagram. And then, I'm tripping. You don't even need to go to my Instagram, because I have my Calendly link and my LinkedIn, or not LinkedIn link, but my other link to my YouTube channel. Oh no, wait. Pause that, reverse it. We were not talking about that. We were talking about voice memos. I'm thinking I'm trying to send you to my video on YouTube that talks about interviewing. So you can go watch that too. I literally just got sidetracked. Voice memoing. Instagram allows for voice memos. So go to Instagram, follow me, and DM me, and you can send me a voice memo, and you can just be like, hey, I was on your live. Yeah, and then just, you can always say like, this is me trying to answer a question. What do you think? You know, like if someone says, tell me about yourself, and then you actually try to, you know, say it in the voice memo, and then I can try to answer it or whatever. Or not answer it, but I can give you feedback. The only thing with that though is that a lot of people do this in my DMs, so it could take a while to get back, which is why at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, I do recommend, you know, if you for real want that one-on-one Zoom call with me where you have my complete attention and it's just me and you, like, then you can book a consultation with me, which is the link in my bio as well. You'll see like my Calendly link. But yeah, so choice is yours. I'm trying to like give you alternatives and not just say like, oh yes, come to me. I'm the only way that you will be able to get better at your interviews and stuff like that. Like, nah. Let's see. Can you post this video on YouTube? Oh wait, hold on. Wait, I missed one. Oh, I missed a couple. Let's see. They always ask about a time when. A time when. I'm lost. What you mean by that? I just pray I can land a job with just certs. You mean, are you saying landing a job in tech sales with just like, what, like a certificate? Cause yeah, if that's the case, like, yeah, you for sure can, cause that's all that matters. Can you post this video on YouTube? Yes. So all of my lives, I actually am going to post the one I did today. I'm going to post that when I get off of this one. But yeah, all of my videos, all of my lives on TikTok will be on YouTube. So yeah, you'll see them there. So if you go to the link, not the link in my bio, there's a YouTube icon in my bio and go to that. And then you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, click the bell notification if you want the reminders for every time I update or post my lives, because I post other videos too. But yes, my lives are going to be on there as well. So there's already one live from day 1 on there. And day 2, like I said, I'm about to post on there after this video. And then this video will be posted tomorrow. So you won't see this video, this live on YouTube until like tomorrow evening. Who would you recommend this course to? What is the investment up front? I would recommend this course to, and I have a video on my YouTube channel, literally about this. I titled it, like, who is this for, basically, or I forget what I titled it, but it was basically this question. And so I would say this is for people trying to make a career change. So maybe you actually are genuinely interested in tech. You for real are like, I want to work in technology, like the tech industry. Like, you know, technology is constantly evolving. Like technology is like the big thing, you know, like technology is it's not going anywhere. So you got security in your future as a job. Like if that's you and you're genuinely interested in like technology, whether you're selling it, demonstrating it, designing it, like whatever you're doing in tech, you just want to work in tech. Another option is somebody who maybe they're not that big of a fan of like, they're not like tech, you know, but they're like, the tech industry pays well for entry level. You know what I mean? Like an entry level position, and I can move up fast because it's always moving fast. And it's like, I can take this course, finish in a few weeks, maybe within a couple months, I can land a position and be making 75, 80, 90,000 a year. Like it's all about the money, you know, like, and maybe you have good reason to. Some people are like, I got kids, like I got bills to pay. I'm tired of being stressed out. I'm tired of living paycheck to paycheck. Like if that's you, I would say this is for you. Also, if you are a person where you're like, I want to make good money, but it's really about being at home. Like, I want to really like be at home and not be at home, but working a job where the money is just, but you could be at home and think about it. You saving gas, mileage, you're not going nowhere, and you're making big money. So the work-life balance blended with how much money you're saving, blended with you not wasting no gas. And like me, I live in Southern California. Gas be like $7 sometimes. It's annoying. So it's like, it's too dang expensive. So yeah, it's different reasons. Some people have kids. That's another reason. You got kids. You're like, I want to be home with my kids. I want to be able to like make good money and be home with my kids. I want to be able to travel. Maybe it's that. Maybe you just want to, I guess this is like about the money still, but you really want to scale pretty fast. There's somebody that was working, I think he was a corrections officer, and he had like a 3 or 4 year plan of making a certain amount of money. And it was like, you could literally do that in like a year. You made a 4-year plan to get there. It's like, you can literally do that in like a year. You know, so it's like he literally broke into tech and he made that money within like the next year, within the year. So it's like, it's just faster, you know? So yeah. Oh, and you said, what was the investment up front? So the course is $499. With my discount, the link in my bio with Course Careers, the discount gives you $50 off. So you're paying $450. Yeah, you're paying $450. And so, and I said this yesterday, I was like, it's so funny investing $450. And for one, I feel like it's almost like I want to like explain the full story first. Not even the full story, but what these other boot camps be costing. There's another boot camp that's, you know, credible and all that, called Careerist. So Careerist. And that boot camp costs like $3,000, but they offer different things, like being a software or sales engineer, or, you know, and I know a few people who've gone through Careerist, and it's like, of course, they're also making big money, you know, once they land a position. But Course Careers, to only be $450, it's like, it's just really affordable, you know, and you make that money back within like 2 days of your first job, like within a day, not even 2 days, within like a day. It's like you make that money back so fast. It's like, it doesn't even compare to what you invested, you know? But yeah, so what is the investment? I read that already. How do I break away from help desk? Dang it, I lost it. Dang, where is it? Oh, how do I break away from help desk? I'm tired and been on help desk for 6 years. Well, what are you looking to do? You know, like I would say break into tech, you know, but it's like, what are you looking to do? Like if tech is an option, then click the link in my bio, go to Course Careers, do the free introductory courses and see what you like, do the course, land a position within the next like month or two, whatever, and get started. But it ain't for everybody. Like that's what I'm going to promote, but you got to know what you want to do first. If you don't like help desk, what do you want to do? And like that other person asked me, it's like, who are the people that should do the course? Like who would benefit from this the most? Breaking into tech. You know, it's like, okay, I named them. I'm like, maybe you're a mom, you want to work, you want to be around your kids. Maybe you're not a parent, but you just want to work from home, but make real good money. Maybe you're trying to scale, or you're trying to, you know, raise your income. And so you're like, okay, the fact that I can get an entry-level position, like I said, for like $75,000 a year, and I knew nothing about tech. You know what I mean? It's like the fact that Course Careers like prepared me to be able to land this position. You know, it's like, yeah, maybe you want to do something like that. Or maybe you're a person that's like, I really actually do want to get into tech because I like technology. Or what was the other one I said? What was the other one? I forgot. But yeah, you got to decide, what do you want to do? Because it's easy to break away. Like if you for real are like, I'm looking for a change. And honestly, even if tech is like not your end goal, there's so many people who break into tech because it's easy to do. They work in tech for maybe like 6 months or so, and then they take that money and they invest it in something else, or they use that money to fund maybe their own business, you know, because they're making good money. They leverage it to do something different. So, you know, choice is yours. Everybody's different. Someone said, yes, land a job with just a certificate in tech sales. Yeah, I'm literally living proof of that. And a lot of people that I know are doing the exact same thing. Yeah, no degree, no previous experience. This little gnat ain't playing. But yeah, no degree, no previous experience, literally doing course careers. And then when course careers gives you the certificate at the end, when you finish, and then you post that certificate on your LinkedIn, and you put that you did course careers on your resume under education, because it is a course, right? Like, and then you apply to jobs, and course career shows you exactly what to put on your resume too, like what they trained you in and stuff like that. So these companies, when they look at your resume, they're just like, oh, they read those books, they know what this is and what that is, and they, you know, like they invested in themselves and took the course. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like they see that you actually invested in yourself, and that's why that certificate is important, because they know that you've been trained. You know what I mean? You said in interviews they always ask you to provide a time when. That was the comment. Oh yeah. So tell me about a time when you faced a challenge that you had to solve, or a time where you, I don't know, they do be asking questions like that. Do I have a video like that? I'm trying to think if I have a video of like frequently asked questions in an interview. If I don't, I'm gonna make one. But they're so, in the meantime, if you got like an interview coming up or something, don't wait for my video. You can go to tech sales interview questions on YouTube, and it's a whole bunch. I was watching them myself. Yeah, like wanting to know what these questions like looked like, and that's how I was preparing and stuff like that. Okay, hair's sticking out. Okay, let's see. Someone said, thank you, you are welcome. So is experience or course/knowledge more essential to getting in? It is definitely what you know. It is your knowledge, but more so your confidence and like other little skills, like knowing how to be like concise. So yeah, like they say that all the time, and it's so true. Like, I swear, you guys, it's this little gnat that will not leave me alone. Like, let me not get into it. I will literally go on a whole thing about creatures. I cannot stand bugs. Let me stay focused. So it is not just about knowledge, but the knowledge is big, but it's really about your confidence and how you talk, because some people fall in love with your personality, even if you didn't say it perfectly right. And so an example of that would be like this. The whole point of the job in tech sales as an SDR is to do research, to do outreach, reaching out to the people you researched, and discovery, to discover if these businesses are a good fit to move forward in order to book them with your account executive. So research, outreach, discovery. So let's just keep it as simple as that, just for now. Now, for example, when you're doing discovery, that's called a discovery call. You hop on a discovery call with whoever your point of contact is at the business. You hop on a Zoom call, you discover if they're a good fit. Now let's say you're in an interview and you're so focused on like getting that terminology right. Oh, it's my ring light. That's why this gnat keep on bouncing around. Hold on. Okay. So annoying. But yeah, so let's say you're in an interview and you're so focused on like, this is so hard, you guys. I might have to kill this gnat and go on pause for a second because it keeps on like getting in my face. Jesus, I'm not gonna be able to get through this. Okay, let's say you're in an interview for the 15th time and you're so focused on trying to be extra technical with the terms. You're like, the knowledge aspect. You're like, I want them to know that I know, like, you research, and then, you do outreach, like you do cold calls. I never even heard of a cold call until I got into tech. And then discovery calls where I run BANT qualification and see if they have budget and if it's right timing and authority and all that kind of stuff. And it's like, okay, that sounds all good. But when the person asks you, like, so what do you like? So how familiar with the role are you? Like, what do you, I don't know, what would they say? Like, how familiar with the role are you? Like, what do you think your day is going to look like? Like, how would you set up your day? And if you're sitting there so focused on the terms and the knowledge part of it, and you're just like, well, you're trying to remember what was in the course to where you just look like you're thinking because you're trying to get the right term, and you're like, yeah, so, I would research and make sure I'm researching, for the ICP, the ideal customer profile, my target market. And then I would try to contact the buyer persona within the company. And then it's like, you sounding like a robot. You know what I mean? It's like, you can come in there confident and be like, yeah, so I know, when it comes to the people who would be most interested in our product, like in the fact that we sell XYZ, I would, do my research and try to see which businesses would be the best fit for the solution that we provide. And I would reach out to those people via sending out emails, making calls. Look, I didn't call it a cold call. I didn't say making cold calls or outbounding. It's like, I'll be sending out emails, making calls. What else? And then, for the people who are interested in our product, if they have any kind of interest, then I would try to get them on another call with me. I would schedule another time with them to discover if they're a good fit. And even if you don't say discover if they're a good fit, it's like, set up another call, to basically qualify them, see if they're even qualified to buy our technology, and then make sure they're qualified so that I can give that qualified lead to our account executive. And that's how I would set up my day. That's what I, am aware of when it comes to like what this job is about. It's like, you said that so, you used your personality. You said it so casually. You weren't so honed in on like the knowledge and getting the terminology right. And so you got to have that balance and not be so freaked out with like, I hope I remember all the terms that I learned. And, you got to just find that balance. So let's see. Somebody said, I'm home already. Oh, shoot. Come on, Nat. So annoying. So annoying. Hey, what's up, Sherris? What's up? I think that's the first person I actually know in the chat. No offense to nobody else. I enjoy meeting new people, but I did see a familiar face. Hold on, let me see. Okay, this is where I left off. I'm home already. I want to get off the phones. Working at home. Okay, so you're already working at home. You want to get off the phones. My role is tech, but 100% on the phone. Okay, so you don't want to do the phones at all. So, I mean, if you're not trying to do the phones at all, dang, I'm hitting my mic. If you're not trying to do the phones at all, then yeah, being a SDR in tech sales probably won't be for you, because you're going to have to get on the phones, and like I said earlier in this video, every company is different. So if you might be you might just land a position where it's one of those companies that don't have you on the phones a lot, but I can't guarantee you that. You can't guarantee you that, but that is a question you could, if you even wanted to try, you could always ask that question in the interviews and say like, how big are you guys on like the cold calls? Like, how much of that is how much outreach, or what percentage of your outreach is cold calls versus like sending out emails, do you guys do that more? Are you guys cold call heavy? Like, some companies will tell you like, yeah, you got to make at least 150 calls a day. And then some companies might be like, we're really email heavy. Because honestly, there was these two guys that had came on to our team, new SDRs at the time. And they both, I think, came from, I don't know if they came from the same company or two different companies, but they both were like, oh, we didn't even really cold call like that. Like, we just sent emails out And on top of that, they were like, we didn't even really personalize our emails like that. They did like mass outreach. Like they were just sending out like, yeah, mass outreach. So yeah, it's every company is different, but if you're not trying to do that at all, then yeah, I would definitely be cautious with trying to start a career in tech sales. Someone said payment options. For what exactly? If you're talking about the course, with course careers, then you can pay the $450 up front, or they allow for 4 payments of $150 every 2 weeks. But if you do that math, 150 times 4 is, what is that, like $600? So you're paying more. Well, then you get the $50 off though. So $550. So you're really paying like $550 because you're doing the 4 payments of $150. So if you can pay the full thing up front and pay $450, then you are paying cheaper in the long run. But whichever option you choose though, you still have 14 days to get a full refund. So yeah. Let's see. The salary, okay, hold on. All right, somebody said the salary that you're quoting, is that before commission? Yeah, so commission is uncapped. And commission, so you have, like I said before, you have your base, you got your, I was using these 3 figures. You got your base pay, you have OTE, which is quota, and then you have commission. So it's really your base and your OTE. So base pay plus OTE, because commission is just all extra. Like that's not going to be mentioned, or that's not counted with what they offer you in the offer letter. So your base pay plus commission, that together is what they offer you, if that makes sense. So if somebody offers you, or if a company offers you like, I don't know, $80,000 a year, it's like $70,000 might be your base pay, where you're making $70,000 a year, and that's base. But then the extra, the 70, I said 80. So 10,000 of that is commission. I mean, not commission, OTE. So basically when it comes to the percentage of your quota that you hit every month, and I want to make this clear because I thought this for the longest when I first broke into tech, and I was completely wrong. So I thought I only get my OTE, which is quota, if I hit quota. So again, if your quota is you got to get 10 bookings, and I thought I got to get 10 bookings or I'm not getting that quota check. And it's like, no, like if you're supposed to get 10 bookings and you get eight bookings or 5 bookings, then you're going to get that percentage. 5 out of 10, you're going to get 50% of your quota check. You're going to get, if you get 8 bookings out of 10, you're going to get 80% of your quota check. So you're always going to get that third check. Because remember, base salary, you get in this just for having the job regardless. It's not about a percentage. Like this check will always be the same. This ain't changing, and you're getting it guaranteed. But OTE is the percentage of commission you hit. And then if you exceed, percentage of quota that you hit. And if you happen to exceed your quota, that's where commission comes in. And you can exceed quota, it's uncapped. So if you're supposed to get 10 bookings and you get 11, you get 12, you get 15 bookings. Yeah, I remember I hit 250% of my quota once. Literally once. I've only done that once. When I say that check was nice, the check was nice, okay? Like, I ain't never seen a check that big in my life. But again, that's only happened once. 250%. That's because I don't remember, did I exceed quota? I don't even think I exceeded quota. I think I got close to hitting quota. I didn't even hit quota. I got close to hitting quota. It's just that a deal that I sourced, it closed by the account executive. The account executive closed the deal, but because I sourced it when I did my research and my outreach, and I brought them in, booked it with the account executive, they take it from there while I get back to doing my thing. But eventually that deal closed, and that brought up everything, and I hit 250% of quota. So, yeah, that was a really nice check. But let me keep going. How long did it take you to finish course careers, and how long did it take you to land your tech job? Okay, I'm gonna say this in 3 parts. I started course careers June 2nd, 2022. June 2nd. Finished the course July 6th. So what is that? Like a month and a few days. And I like to subtract a week because in the midst of this time, I had came out to Texas because I'm from Southern California, but I came out to Texas. So, and I don't fly in planes anymore because I just don't like the anxiety of them. I'm at an age now, being 30 years old, where I'm like, if I don't want to do something, I'm not doing it. Okay. Like I'm not. So I took the train, which took me like 2 days just to get to Texas. So, and more recently, I'm in Texas right now. I drove to Texas, me and my friend. And, yeah, we literally did not stop once. We drove the whole, I mean, we stopped for food and to go to the bathroom, but we never stopped for get a hotel or nothing. It was a 21-hour drive in my 2022 Honda Accord. Like, it was the best thing ever. It was like a for real road trip, like probably my first road trip, like ever. But to get back on track, okay. Started course careers June 2nd of 2022. Finished July 6th. I was in transition coming to Texas. So when I finished on July 6th, I was like, okay, I'm done with the course. I could have started applying to jobs, but I was like, I'm in Texas. Like, once I get a job, I'm going to get a job and have to work, obviously. And I was like, I just got out here to Texas. Like, I'm on vacation. So from just June 2nd, July 6th, I didn't start applying to jobs until October, like early October, because that's when I went back home to California. So June, July, August, September, October, 3 months, I was chilling in Texas on vacation. I wasn't doing nothing. People was hitting me up like, people that I know personally, they were just like, hey, so how's the course going? Or have you got a job yet? I was like, I'm on vacation. Like I'm chilling, like no. So I don't like to count those 3 months because I was not actively looking for a job. So I don't count those 3 months. But when October came, early October, because that was when my niece and my nephew, both their birthdays are around that time. So I went back home to California and immediately I started applying to jobs. And that's when I got, which I already told you guys that story, early October, that's when I got 2 responses and had 2 interviews and did not get the job. And then the third company responded to me. I did the interview, 3 rounds of interviews, got the job. And my start date was, so applying to jobs October, didn't get the job for 2 jobs. The third company got the job. He asked me, can you start November 1st? So that was my start date. So that's like the trajectory of my journey. All right, let's see. Do I need to have good math skills? No. I mean, I would say the basics. There's nothing about the job where you're doing math. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, no. Yeah. The basics, that's all I could really say. Like, you need to know just the basics, like addition, subtraction, multiplication. And I'm not even saying that because you're going to be doing anything math related. It's just knowing those fundamentals at the most basic level would just help you with like simple things that it's no different than going to like a grocery store and you're like, I have 3 kids and there's bananas and they're in clusters or bundles of 5. How many clusters do I need to grab? You know, it's like, you don't have to have math skills for that. It's just something you naturally just think in your head. But if you struggle with something like at that basic level, then yeah, you might struggle. But yeah. How much did they start paying for your first SDR role? $75,000 a year. That's what my first offer letter was for. If you go on my my just TikTok page, and I have a video Which one is it? You'll see it. It's not too long ago, but it's a video where I'm like, dang, what's that audio? It's a famous audio, a popular, not famous audio, a popular audio that people are using. But it's basically like I'm staring at the computer screen and I'm pretending like I'm in a conversation with like the hiring manager, and they're offering me the $75,000 a year. And I'm just like, oh, it's that audio where he's like, who this for? And like, it's that one. And so, but then I actually I screenshotted my offer letter and actually put it in the video. So if you go look for that, you'll be able to see it. Let's see. Hey, what's poppin'? What is poppin'? Let me see. And that's for Sean. That was to you. Somebody said, and I'm about to hop off here. I said I was gonna hop off like 30 minutes ago. Course Careers is taking over for real. Yeah, no, for sure. Like they really are. Have you ever used Tor? Nah, I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. Jesus, this little gnat. Do you have any tips for applying and reaching out to recruiters? I have a whole video on that on my YouTube channel. Go to the link, I keep saying that, the YouTube icon in my bio. And you'll see when you go to my YouTube channel, click videos. And it's a video that says like interview tips or something like that. And I give like a lot of tips for that. But just to say it real quick, and then I think I'm gonna hop off. But to say this real quick, what'd you say? Tips for applying and reaching out to recruiters. So you want to do the job of an SDR when you're interviewing. And the job of the SDR is you're trying to sell your company's technology to other businesses. And what you do is you create sequences. And there's software for that to make it easy. But the point of it is you reach out. If you don't get a response, you reach out again with a follow-up. If you don't get a response, you reach out again. But you're not just reaching out blindly. You do your research first before you do your outreach. Remember I said research, outreach, discovery. That is literally the SDR's job. Research, outreach, discovery. So when you want to apply that to when you're interviewing, before you even are an SDR, right? So you want to do research on the company you're trying to apply to. Find some kind of personalized information, because like something that you can include in an email, because you want to maybe hit them up on LinkedIn. Like let's say you apply to a job and then you go on LinkedIn to the company and you're like, oh, okay, there's other SDRs that work there. I'm gonna connect with them. There's the sales manager, the hiring manager, whoever. I'm gonna send him an email. I'm gonna ask him questions. Or send him a DM on LinkedIn. I'm gonna send them an email and say, hey, just put in my application. Looking forward to hearing from you guys. Super excited about, working with you guys and being in whatever you want to say. And then if you don't get a response, literally a day or two later, send a follow-up email. Like they're gonna see that and be like, this guy or girl is already applying the skills of an SDR. So it's like sending a follow-up, like doing stuff like that is gonna really make you stand out. And you can engage with their posts on LinkedIn. So yeah, like connect on LinkedIn with these people, with other SDRs at the company, maybe the sales manager. Like their post, comment. You can say, hey, just applied to the company. This post is so interesting, super excited, super real. Like let them see your name so that when they see it, they'll be like, man, that guy is like James, whoever I remember seeing him on LinkedIn. He's been commenting all on my posts, like liking it, reposting it, like whatever. Like you can do stuff like that. Yeah. So, but anyways, you can go and look at that video and you'll get some more tips there. All right. Last one for sure. Is there a field of tech that you would recommend for the girls? Recommend for the girls with ADHD? Honest question. I think, how do I say this? I think it's like I got to put on my therapy hat. if it's causing an impairment, and not to get all extra therapy, are there health benefits shares? Yes, for sure. Yeah. Dental, medical, vision, all of that. Yeah. Unlimited PTO, which a lot of people be like, no way. It's like, way. Unlimited paid time off, like for real. But of course you want to work efficiently and effectively. As long as you performing well, it's like you can literally put in time, and whether you put in a couple days or whatever, like you could literally put in time whenever. What was I saying? Oh, right. So yeah, if you have ADHD for real, like a lot of people think like, and this is for if you're diagnosed with ADHD, like coming from my clinical psychology background, I've seen a lot of people diagnose themselves with ADHD, or they diagnose other people with ADHD just because that person is like hyper or they have a short attention span. And that is not like, that's just not the only criteria in the DSM. You know what I mean? Like, so if you for real got ADHD and it's causing like an impairment, like they always ask those kind of questions. Like if you've been diagnosed for real, when you first do your job application, like on LinkedIn, and I think other career fields would probably do this too, but I'm gonna kill this gnat. When I click off live, it's gonna be a murder scene. I ain't playing. This gnat gotta die. But yeah, it always asks the question for disability. Like if you have any kind of disability, if you have any kind of, and so that's considered a disability if it's causing some kind of an impairment. Impairment meaning it's actually affecting your day-to-day life. But if you're just a hyper person, or your attention span is short, or you're the kind of person that be in a conversation and then you just be like, oh, that's crazy, like, and you just get off track, it's like you need to like gain some self-discipline, like, but I'm assuming you're talking about like a real situation with a person who's for real diagnosed with ADHD. So anyways, I'm hopping off of here, you guys. I've been on here, I think TikTok told me like, you've been on here for 90 minutes, take a break. They really send me those alerts like, you've been on here for a minute. So again, this will be posted on my YouTube channel tomorrow. So whenever I go live, the video will be posted the next day on my YouTube channel. And my YouTube channel the icon is in my bio. So yeah, follow me on YouTube. My Instagram link or icon is also in my bio. So connect with me on there. And also the link in my bio will take you to quite a few things. It'll take you to where if you want to check out the different courses with Course Careers, digital marketing, how much do digital marketing marketers make? They're probably around like the $55,000 a year range. Tech sales is definitely killing digital marketers. Yeah, so what was I gonna say? Yeah, the link in my bio will give you, just different things like the Course Careers. If you want to check out those courses, you can always do, like I said, the free introduction courses to each course that they offer, just so you can get an idea. Then also my Calendly link is in my bio. If you ever want to book a one-on-one Zoom session where I can meet you and we can talk face-to-face for 30 minutes, no interruptions. You don't got to wait for me to respond in the DMs because sometimes I take a minute. Somebody said, do you have to be an extrovert to be in tech sales? No, you don't. No. This question gets talked about all the time. You don't have to be an extrovert. You just have to, you got to really embrace who you are if you are an introvert and be like, I'm an introvert. I'm not going to be all like, hey, and all. It's like, that's not me, but I'll make a cold call. I'll call somebody and be like, hey, is this John? It's like, yeah, John. Like, oh, hey, this is Juuna'e. This is Juuna'e calling from XYZ. The reason why I'm calling is because, and you sound monotone just like that. So what? Like, and you're also sending out a lot of emails. And you're usually on a daily, you're interacting with your team. Like, so you don't have to, and you're at home on your laptop. Like, you don't have to be this extroverted person. And no, like, own your personality. You'll be fine. Like, I've met a lot of people who they be chilling, you know, like, but they do their job well. They are killing it, you know, and they're not these extroverted kind of people. Somebody said I'm a Virgo. Oh, I'm a Scorpio. My sister's a Virgo though, so shout out to Virgos. LOL, thank you. What made you interested in tech sales? I'm not gonna ever get off here. Okay. I will answer that tomorrow. I'm going live because I keep saying I'm gonna get off and then I don't end up getting off. Or DM me the same question so I could remember, I can respond to your profile, because I'm not gonna be able to find your profile once I exit out of this live. But yeah, I'm not taking no more questions for right now, but I will be on, I'm going live every single day, Monday through Friday only, not the weekends, at 7 o'clock Central Time. So yeah, 7 o'clock Central, which means, like I said, I'm going to have to start going live at 5 because I'm going back home to California this weekend. So next week, it'll be 5 o'clock for me, but nothing will change as far as y'all are concerned. So 7 o'clock Central, 5 o'clock Cali, and then what is that for East Coast? What is it, an hour away or an hour up? I don't know. But if it's the East Coast, then do the math. So anyways, yeah, click the link in my bio, follow me on YouTube, Instagram. I will be here every day, Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. And if there's questions you have in the meantime, you can always DM me. I do respond. But like I said, sometimes it takes a while. So, all right, you guys, I'll see y'all tomorrow.